On this episode of Restoring Ostuni, about 6 weeks ago, my house looked like this, and I'm not going to lie, I feel like I've completely destroyed it. Now I'm on my way back to Ostuni, hoping that all this chaos is actually turning into a home. Have you ever dreamt of turning your back on corporate America so you can move your family to Italy and then restore a centuries-old stone house in a dazzling medieval city? Well, I turned that dream into reality. My name is Jody, and this is Restoring Ostuni. Andiamo. As this episode goes live on YouTube, I am on my way back to Ostuni. That means that, yes, I'm back on an airplane, but good news, American is now doing their direct routes again, so I don't have to crisscross across the country before I zip over to Italy, which that saves me about 6 hours, which makes me happy. But it's also a big trip because we are not only officially over 1 month into construction, this is also my last trip before I move permanently to Ostuni. And also for the first time, I'm not going back wondering if anything is ever going to happen. I'm going back knowing that something is definitely happening. So instead of giving you a random update, I thought I'd do this a little bit differently, and I'm going to grade the renovations so far. As I said, we're about halfway through. Because if you're thinking about doing something like this, these are the kind of things that nobody really explains. So let's start with all the big wins and what's going really well. And honestly, this is going to shock everybody. The speed is amazing. I had no idea things would move this fast. Martino and his team have been working 7 days a week to get me into my house by May, and I cannot even explain how much I appreciate this. He really is trying his hardest to get things done and also get things done right. So I have been incredibly happy with all of the work he's been doing. And you know what? The communication has been shockingly good. I'm getting constant videos, updates, and walkthroughs. I think maybe 1 or 2 days go by and then boom, there's another video. And it's just so amazing because I get to watch as everything is, going and being done. And the other thing is I watch him really close because I've caught a couple of things that we were able to fix right away. Like Martino was going to put in a laundry sink in my laundry room. And I'm like, no, I do not need one. So we caught that really early. And it's not going to affect anything. And so I really, really appreciate all that. But, the other thing is that I have to talk about is that, and this is a good thing, is that I've learned to really trust Martino. And that was probably the hardest part. Because you know what? You hear the horror stories constantly, especially if you're on Facebook. Sorry, Facebook. But at some point, you're handing your dream house over to someone you barely know and a huge chunk of your savings, too. And the problem is that everyone has an opinion for what you should and shouldn't do, or who you should trust or who not to trust. But real advice, that comes with a price. And trying to figure out who is trying to help and who is just trying to see chaos and misery, it's really hard to gauge. So seeing this process and seeing it done well, that's been just a huge relief. All right, so let's go over to the reality checks. And they're probably not going to be the ones you think. And again, something that nobody prepares you for is your house is going to look worse, and I mean really bad, before it looks better. And when I say bad, I mean really bad. And logically I knew this. Emotionally, I have to admit, it's been painful. There are moments when I look at the updates and I think, what have I done to my beautiful house? And did I make the right choices? Am I doing right by the house? Is my money going into the right changes? And then, even bigger, are the neighbors sick of the constant construction? And I don't know, going to throw stale bread at me when I move in. I don't know, but yeah, I'm sure it's kind of annoying. So those are all things that, you kind of have to sit back and think about. And, it's been challenging, but at the end, I think everything is going well. Like I said, Martino's team is amazing, and it's incredible when you see these little tiny roads and, they're having to take out debris and things really fast. And I do really appreciate my neighbors. I will have to bring them something very nice. Okay, so let's talk about the challenges, which is never fun. But again, I'm documenting everything. Communication has been a nightmare, but not in the way you think. And I'm going to say something, and everybody tells you this, you definitely do need to know some Italian. Because right now, guess what? I'm getting calls at 5 a.m. People speaking to me in very fast Italian, and then hanging up on me when I ask them to slow down or say, parle inglés. Did I mention the calls start at 5 a.m.? And I seem to have gotten on every single Italian spam call log you could ever get on. And it works great with my US collection of, this is, pick a name, from underwriting to give you a loan that you didn't ask for that I get 4 or 5 times a day. But you know what? The Italian ones start at 5 a.m. But guess what? In another week, they'll start at 4 a.m. with Italian daylight savings time. So practice these phrases. Do you speak English? Can you speak slower? Could you email me? And the email me came on with one that I'm going to give you an example with. My couch. And so just when you think everything's going well, of course, something has to happen. So one of my couches is ready, and honestly, I don't even know which one. But the truth is, my house is not. So I talked to Martino, and he's like, hey, you can just put the couch in my office. And I'm like, perfect. So I contact the company, and I said, hey, can we put the couch in, give it to my contractor? He said he would watch it. Well, apparently his address does not exist, nor does his phone number. But guess what, guys? I know this trick. I've already had this played on me. The old me would have totally and completely lost it and just gotten really frustrated. The new me? I typed one sentence back. I can't take delivery until May. And guess what? That worked. Because the truth is, Italians like simple answers. And I'm learning this is not a place for creative problem solving. This is not time for out-of-the-box thinking. Italians, they want to be in the box. And guess what? That's fine too. This is a place with very clear boundaries. And so guess what? My couch is going to sit in their warehouse until my house is ready. Perfect. Okay, so the other thing that's been totally stressing me out is moving money. And this is a time for all my friends to laugh because, yes, I worked in banking for 25 years. But let me tell you, I have spent a week in what I can only describe as money purgatory. I've had transfers delayed, money returned, and then I've been flagged. And then at the same time, construction is moving at lightning speed. And guess what? Martino and his team would like to be paid. But unfortunately, my money is not. And when you try to send more than $10,000 at a time, the bank has to document this, and I know this. And somehow they've decided that me, a retired bank executive, must be doing something nefarious. So I had to bring documents into my banks, and yes, I said banks, plural, to document my money is going for construction in my new home. The bright side is I did get to show lots of pictures to people that were really interested in my Italian renovation. But my big advice is have more money ready than you think you need, because timing matters and delays are stressful. So I've got plenty of money sitting in my Wise account now. And before I had been putting it over a couple of days before. Not now. Now I'm looking ahead. So learn from my mistakes and also have documentation just in case Uncle Sam decides the BSA, AML, KYC. Yeah, I did that on purpose. You can go look all those up. Is not being affected by you. Okay, so let's talk about the piece that makes me the happiest. And to be honest, I had no idea this was going to make me happy. And not only that, it was kind of a throwaway thing when we were going over the house. Martino said, hey, you know what? Instead of that temporary stairs, why don't we build a staircase? Oh my goodness, you guys. I am completely obsessed with my new stairs to the upper terrace. They are to die for. This is one of those moments when you see it and you think, okay, I know why I'm doing all of this. This is totally worth it. I am literally seeing myself standing at the top and looking down, and this beautiful staircase is literally like a stairway to heaven. So excited. Martino is doing an amazing job with it. So what's up next? Well, this trip, as I said, is going to be a big one. My deliveries from my new boyfriend, Leroy Merlin, are going to be arriving just before I get there. And I get to see everything in person as it's being installed. And then I'm finally choosing paint colors, which I'm also super excited about. And I also planned this trip so I could be there for the amazing antique market in Ostuni. And I will get video of that for everybody and show it to you. I have been dying to experience it. I've heard it's really, really good. And so I'm excited, and hopefully so is my wallet. So again, a month in, it has felt like chaos. But now I feel like it's progress. And the truth is, soon I won't just be restoring Ostuni, I will be moving to Ostuni. Ciao for now. Well, that's it for this episode of Restoring Ostuni. Thanks for joining me on this wild pulley adventure. The dust, the discoveries, and everything in between. If you're loving the journey, hit subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend dreaming of their own Italian escape. Until next time, arrivederci.